Hi all. Today we're going to learn how to publish a cloud app to the Ex Libris platform. So I've developed a great cloud app locally on my machine, and I want to now publish that so that others in my institution and other institutions can install it and use it. So I've followed the previous videos and the instructions to develop my cloud app locally, and now I want to publish it. I'm going to hop over to the developer network, and I'm going to click on Cloud Apps, and then under the Documentation tab, I'm going to go to the Publishing Cloud Apps page. That's going to walk me through the process for publishing a cloud app. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the directory where my app lives. This is my app. And I'm going to run ECA build. And what that's going to do is run the build process locally on my machine. It's the same build process that the Ex Libris platform will run to make my app available to everyone. I want to make sure there's no errors, so I'm just going to run that locally and have that work in the background. While that's running, I want to create a GitHub repository because all cloud apps are stored in GitHub, and that's where the Ex Libris platform knows to take the code from and build the app from there. So I've installed GitHub for Desktop, which is available on the GitHub website. I've installed that on my machine, and I've logged in with my free GitHub account. And I'm going to click on Add a Local Repository. And I'm going to browse to my Cloud App directory, and I'm going to say Open. And GitHub for Desktop recognizes that this is not currently a GitHub repository, so it asks me if I want to create one. And I say yes, please. And I'll call it something like My Cool Cloud App. And I will ask it to create a README and a license file. We like the BSD3 clause, but you can use whatever license is appropriate for you. And I'll click on Create Repository. And once that happens, GitHub for Desktop will create that GitHub repo locally, and we'll do an initial check-in of all of my files. And now I just need to publish this repository up to the GitHub website. So again, I'll come up with a name for it, My Cool Cloud App. And I don't need to keep this code private. And I'm going to click on Publish Repository. And that's going to send up all of my code into GitHub, into a new repo there. And once that's finished, I'm going to click on the button that says View on GitHub. And that will pop up in my brand new GitHub repository. And I need to create a release. So a release is what allows me to install a version of my app in the Ex Libris platform. So I'm going to click on Create a Release. This is my first release, so I'll just say V01. I'll call it Initial Release here. And I'll click on Publish Release. So now I have my first release in GitHub. Now I need to go to the Ex Libris Developer Network and create an app. And that's how Ex Libris knows that I have a new app that I would like to add to the Cloud App Framework. So here in my Developer Network, I'm going to log in with my free account. And I'll click on My Apps under my name. And I'm going to go down and click on Create a New App. I'm going to call it My Cool Cloud App. This is an app for Alma, and it's of type Cloud App. I'll add a description. And here I need the app URL or homepage. So that's simply the GitHub repository URL for my app. So I'll grab that and stick that here. I could put in an icon for the app or some screenshots. Then I click on Publish. And once I click on Publish, then it gets sent to Ex Libris for review. Ex Libris is going to do a review process on the app just to make sure it works. They might communicate with me, ask me to make a few changes. That's fine. Right now it's pending approval. And once it has been approved, so a few things will happen. First of all, the app will be available here in the App Center. Okay, so under a filter for cloud apps, we'll see my app exist here. And also within Alma, my app will be available in the Cloud App Center under Available Apps, so that anyone in my institution or other institutions will be able to install it. So that's all I need to do in order to make my app available. Now, if I go and make further changes to my app and I want to release new versions of my app to the Ex Libris platform, so I can actually do that automatically. So if I come back over here to the Publishing Cloud Apps page within the Cloud App documentation, and I scroll down to publishing an update to your app. So it explains that I can actually add what's called a web hook. Okay, and that is my way of saying to GitHub, listen, whenever I create a new version of my app, please let Exlibris know. And then automatically, the Cloud App, the platform will pull down the latest version of your app, will build it, and will automatically make it available to your users in your institution and anyone who has installed your app. So I'm going to grab this URL, and I'm going to come back over to my repository inside of GitHub, click on Settings, scroll down here to webhooks, then I'm going to say add a new webhook. And I'm going to paste that URL in there. I'm going to say the content type is JSON, and I'm going to select the releases event, and then I'll say add that webhook. And now, anytime I have a change to my app that I want to publish and make available, I just need to come in here to releases. I need to draft a new release, and that will automatically get sent to Exlibris. Exlibris will build my app again from this version, from this tag, and make that new version available to my users. So really that's all there is to it. I have a local Cloud App that I've developed. I go ahead and create a GitHub repository, publish that to GitHub, add my release, then go and add my app to the App Center on the developer network, and my app will be available for all to use. Thanks.